going to see if we can do a quick practice here when you just don't have a lot of time, but you really just need to get some movement in. So join me at the top of your mat. Find mountain pose, hands to your heart. Release your arms. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale and fold. Open the palms, inhale, sweep up. Hands to your heart. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold, hugging the midline. Strong in the legs. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, Uttanasana. Bend your knees, plant your hands, step to plank pose. And lower down to your belly. Point your toes, come into a low cobra. Lower down, downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, bending the knee, open the hip. Square through the bottom leg and hip. Exhale, sweep the right foot forward, crescent lunge. Square your hips. Exhale, hands down. Step to plank, take a vinyasa. To downward dog. Other side, lift the left leg, bend the knee, opening the hip. Nice and square through the right leg and hip. Exhale, sweep the left foot forward, move to a lunge. And come on up to crescent. Square your hips to the front of the room. So right now, my hips are looking more that way. Turn them forward. And sit a little deeper. Split a little bit with the back foot. Rolling more to the ball of the foot. Lift the inner thigh, sit deeper in the front thigh. Exhale, hands to the floor, step to plank. Take a vinyasa. Downward facing dog. Up to your fingertips, hop or step to the top of your mat. Uttanasana. Bend your knees. Take your arms out, parallel to the floor so palms are facing down. And hug the midline. So feet are touching, knees are touching. If not, you just hug the midline. Keep your thighs and your shins parallel. Root your tail down, come on up to chair pose. Utkatasana. Hinge up, a little bit further. Inhale, come up to standing. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, slide your heart forward like that. Exhale, fold in. Step back with your right foot into a lunge. Spinning the foot down. Left hand comes to the inner edge of your left foot and take your right arm up. So a variation, a side angle stretch. Arm and leg pressing against one another for stability as you open into the hip. And switch. Bring the right hand down, pick up the back heel, twist the other way. Bring your left arm back behind you, slide your hand towards your outer hip. Roll the shoulder back. And release, hands to the floor, step to plank. And take your vinyasa. Look up at your hands, bend your knees, hop or step, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen forward. Ardha Uttanasana, exhale, fold in. Strong thighs, hug the midline, inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, hands to your heart. Release the arms to your sides. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. and step back with your left foot into a lunge. So find a hip distance stance in your feet, spin your back foot down. Your right hand comes to the inner edge of the foot, press the arm and the leg into one another. Twist open to your left. Sitting deeply in the front hip and working the tailbone a little bit more underneath your body. And switch, bring the left hand down, pick up your left heel, and take your right arm up and twist looking the other way. And exhale, hands to the floor, step to plank, take your vinyasa. And downward dog. Come up onto your fingertips, end of your exhale, bend your knees, hop or step, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold in. And bending your knees, plant your hands, step back to downward dog. Lift your right leg up behind you and bend the knee, opening up through the hip. So we're going to draw the shape of a paisley with your knee. So with your knee lifted like this, you're going to bring it down, rotate it over to the left, bring it up toward the back of your left elbow, so you come more toward a plank in the upper body. Sweep the front of your mat, and then take it open. And the knee comes forward, over to the left, tap the back of your left arm, come over to the right, and take the leg back. Ooh, it feels good to even straighten the leg back there. And one more time, bringing the right knee forward, sweep it over, graze the back of the left arm, the right arm, open the leg, and back. And then straighten the leg, square the hips. Bring the right foot forward into a lunge. Set your back knee down, scoot your right foot to the right. Bring your elbows down. Either use a block if you need to, or bring your elbows to the floor. So sitting on the front two corners of your left kneecap. Right foot is turned open, right knee and foot are looking in the same direction. Settle your heart a little more fully toward the floor, curling the back toes under, lift the back knee. Settle the heart a little bit and try to find a little bit of length. Out through the crown, out through the back heel. And just visualize that beam of energy through that whole left side. Set the left knee down, shift your weight to your left elbow, turn your left palm up for an external rotation in the left arm, and then start to twist to your right. Reach back, take a hold of your left foot with your right hand if you can reach it. Roll both shoulders back, press your foot back into your hand. And look back down at the floor, bring your hands down, pick up your back knee, step to downward dog. Shift forward to plank. And lower through your vinyasa. Alright, so other side. Left leg lifts. Still doing the work to try to keep your right hip nice and square. The left knee bends, open up through the knee. We're going to do 3 sweeps around, making a paisley shape with your knee. So your knee starts back here, and you bring it forward and draw it in front of your body over toward the back of your right arm. Sweep it toward the back of the left, and press back into basically a 3-legged dog with an open hip. Bring it forward, sweep it over to the right, tap the back of the right arm, the back of the left arm, and open the leg. And a third time, the knee comes in, passes forward, taps the back of the right, taps the back of the left, open up through the hip, straighten the leg, turn the hips towards square, and then bring your left foot forward into a lunge, setting the back knee down. Left foot moves over to the left, turn the foot open, and come down onto the forearms. Again, feel free to use your block if you need to. Setting on the top two corners of the kneecap. Curl the back toes under, lift the back knee. And then settle your heart a little more fully down toward the floor. Try to stay connected through the inner edge of the left foot. Lengthen through the crown. And shifting your weight over to your right elbow, set your back knee down. And start to twist to the left. Open both shoulders so both heads of the humerus bones roll back. And you bend the back leg, take a hold of the foot with your left hand. Toes are super active as you press the foot back into the hand, twisting your heart to look up. Just a couple breaths here. And release. Hands to the floor. Step to downward dog. Come up to your fingertips. End of your exhale, hop or step, Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold. Open the palms. Inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Bring the palms together. So with the hands pressing into one another, set your feet at your hip distance. And using your balance, we're going to shift your weight over to the left foot, bend the knee a little bit, step your right foot back, and step into a lunge. So coming into crescent lunge, arms up, and then bring the arms back behind you into a clasp, roll your shoulders up and back, and come to humble warrior, bringing the heart forward toward the inside of the front thigh. Lifting the arms just to whatever extent the shoulders are going to go for that. So keeping the heads of the arm bones lifted is the key thing. Don't let your shoulders drop toward the floor. And the hands just go to where you feel like you're getting a decent, appropriate stretch. And then root down through your tailbone. Sweep the arms up and overhead again, coming back to your crescent lunge. Bring the hands to prayer, and we're going to twist to the left. So take your right elbow, hook it outside of your left leg. You can slide your right armpit all the way past the knee and bring the hand down to the floor if you want to work a wingspan here, or you just keep your hands in prayer position. And work your twist from here. Super deep. And release, hands to the floor. Step to downward dog. Shift to plank. Take your vinyasa. Up onto the fingertips, bend your knees, hop or step, Uttanasana. Open the palms, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So shifting your weight to your right foot. Press the palms into one another so you have a nice connection with your midline. Bend a little into your right knee and step back with your left foot. Balancing in your crescent lunge. Arms up. Maybe you take this a little deeper into a back bend if that feels appropriate to you. Now come back up to vertical in your torso. Bring your hands behind you. Switch the cross of the hands so the other thumbs are on top. Roll the shoulders back. Humble warrior. Coming to the inside of the front thigh. Working the same shoulder actions. Good, then the tailbone roots. Bring the arms down, releasing the hands. Take the arms back up to crescent. And then bring the palms together in front of your heart and twist. Left elbow outside of the right knee. If you would like, slide your armpit past your knee. Bring your hand down to the floor past your right leg. And take your left arm up from there, twisting open into a wingspan. Or hands together, prayer position. And work the twist by sliding your heart towards your thumbs. And in order to make that happen, that right shoulder has to be willing to move back. And exhale, hands to floor. Step to plank. Vinyasa. And lift the hips up and back, downward dog. All right, pigeon pose. Lift your right leg, sweep it forward, right edge of your mat. So keep your front foot nice and active. You can have the toes pointed, or you can have the foot flexed. More open hips, bring the shin further forward so it's more parallel to the top edge of your mat. Karate chop the floor with the edge of your foot and keep that action as you come forward. In your pigeon. And then slowly work your hands in. And we'll work our way into the thigh stretch so the right hand can come to the middle of the floor in front of you. It makes it a little easier if you bring your foot closer to yourself if you had your foot further forward. So hug your knees toward one another, reach back to the back foot, and bring the back foot closer to the outer edge of your left hip. So you're going to roll the chest more forward, square the chest. You want to take the arm up, take the arm up. You want to grab the ankle and flex the foot, press the foot back into your hands. And release, hands to the floor, downward dog. Pigeon pose, other side, left leg lifts. Bend the knees, sweep it forward. Activate the left foot, walk the right knee back, and come down. Position of the back foot is up to you, either pointed and still active, or curled under so the heel points straight up. And finding your pigeon pose. Hugging your front and back knee toward one another to find some squareness in the hips. Walk your hands in, hug your knees toward one another, bend the back leg. Reach for the foot. And flexing the foot, press the foot back into the hand. Turn your chest forward, bring the foot toward the outer hip. I'm hugging my knees toward one another like nobody's business. Just super, super strong. Maybe the left arm comes up. Maybe you take a hold of the back ankle with both feet, press the foot back, flexing the foot. And release, hands to the floor, downward facing dog. And set your knees down. Turn yourself around and come onto your back. A little bit of abdominal work. So bring your knees in, take your hands behind your head, and just let your hands lightly support your neck and start to curl up using the upper and lower abs. So upper abs lift first, lower abs lift the hips a little bit. Bring your elbows a little closer to one another and slide your shoulder blades more toward the midline underneath yourself. Press your head back into your hands and then curl up into a tighter little ball, not by pulling your head forward, but by lifting your shoulder blades more fully off of the floor. And take the legs up. You can even use your hands to lengthen the occiput, give it a lift. So I'm literally just on a couple of vertebrae back there. And then I'm going to lower my hips down, bend my knees, take your left leg out, keep your right knee bent. Curl up higher in the upper body and twist it. Take your left elbow towards your right knee and just hang out up there. And switch sides. So try to keep the shoulders off of the floor. Bring both knees in. Release your head to the floor. Lengthen both legs up to the sky. Take your hands behind your thighs. Press your thighs out against your hands. Try to rock the sitting bones down if you have the flexibility in your hamstrings right now. So you regain a bit of your lumbar curve. And then bend your knees, set your feet down. If you have Urdhva Dhanurasana or full wheel in your practice, go ahead and set your hands up for that. Otherwise, keep your arms on the floor alongside of you, and we'll take bridge. I'm going to take Urdhva Dhanurasana. If you want to take bridge, you know what to do. Press your arms down, lift your hips. You can clasp your hands underneath you as you work your shoulders toward the midline. For Urdhva, hands come to the floor alongside of the ears. Keep your hands wide. Pressing into your feet, lift your hips. Scoot your shoulders in, hollow out your armpits. Press up to the top of your head. And then reposition your arms. And then integrate into the shoulder girdle and press up. So just a couple breaths in your full wheel. Try to relax your head. And then lower it down, tucking your chin, and release down to your back. Okay, so take your feet wide, take a windshield wiper to each side, drop the knees to the left. Inhale up, drop your knees to the right. Bring your knees in. And then just take a hold of your knees, flexing your feet. Feel free to roll around a little bit. Set the feet down. I'll lengthen the left leg out, right leg comes in. Supta Padangusthasana, so taking your hands into a clasp behind your right leg. Press your left thigh out or your right thigh out against your hands. So your legs are perpendicular, your hips are square to the edges of your mat. And then opening your right leg to the right. So feel free, if you'd rather do this with a strap, of course, go ahead and grab your strap. And then bringing the right leg back to center, cross your body with your right leg, take it over. Try to maintain left shoulder on the floor. So in any way that you want to support that right leg as it crosses your body. Bring the leg back up, set the foot down. Other side, draw the knee in, lengthen up. Take the right leg to the floor. Find your squareness. So press your left thigh out against your clasped hands. Bottom leg so strong. That's your mountain pose leg. The top leg is just kind of embellishment, except for the hips. And then we'll open left leg to the left. Toes turn down, heel turns up. Nice and rooted through the opposite thigh, from the inner thigh to the floor. Take the leg up to center. Cross your body with it. Take it to the other side. Oh, yeah. So try keeping your left shoulder down. Turn your gaze the opposite direction. Good, and then come back to center. Lower the leg down. Bend your knees, roll to your side. Come up to a seat. So lengthen right leg out. Bring the sole of the left foot up to your inner thigh. Actually, I'll mirror you. Take your hands to either side of your right knee and turn your body towards your leg. Exhaling, come forward. And then maybe you take your left hand and you can hold on to the mound of your right big toe and you bow forward from there. Or if it feels pretty comfortable, you take your hand to the outer edge of your foot and you can even twist yourself a little more fully to the right as you turn and bring yourself closer to the leg. So keep your foot super strong. You're pressing energy through the mound of your big toe. Your hand is maybe even kind of pulling back on the outer edge of the foot. And then come on up. Switch legs. Lengthen the left leg out. Bring your hands to either side of the knee. Turn your body towards your leg and then come forward. Sternum reaching straight out in a straight line over the leg. Now if you have super tight hamstrings, you're going to take a strap to the instep of the foot. Remain tall. You really want to